Hello again. In Introduction to the CRAP test, we talked about some basic tips for using the test.
In this video, we're going to talk about the first CRAP test category, currency. So let's begin.
Information can become outdated quickly. Depending on your needs, the timeliness of the information can be critically important.
Supporting your arguments with facts that have been superseded by new research or recent events weakens your case.
This doesn't mean that older sources never have value. Older materials can provide historical understanding of your topic, but it does mean you should ask a couple of questions to evaluate if the information is current or out of date for your topic. Start by figuring out when the source was last published or updated. Then ask yourself, to what extent does my topic require the most up-to-date information? Contrary to popular belief, evaluating currency often has more to do with your specific topic and need than it does with the publication date.
Some topics don't need the most current sources because information does not change significantly over time. And sometimes older sources can be used to establish a theoretical base. Other topics absolutely require the most current information. For example, relying on information from an outdated instruction manual to file this year's taxes is a bad idea.
In summary, to find out if a source is current or out of date for your topic, answer two questions. When was the information published or last updated? And to what extent does your topic require the most up-to-date information?
Here's an example. We're looking for information about job market for recent college graduates. Of the two sources, which has better information from a currency viewpoint? Source number 1 was published in 2013, while source number 2 was published in 2002. But the dates alone don't tell us much. Think about the informational need to find information on the job market for current college graduates. Because we're looking for information about recent college graduates and a historical viewpoint is not needed, source number 1 is better.
Let's look at another example. At first glance, source number 2 appears to be the most current since it was published in 2015, and source number 1 was published in 2011. But to what extent does the topic require the most up-to-date information? Interview attire hasn't changed drastically in the past 5 years, so either article will work, as the topic doesn't need the most up-to-date information.
Check out our next video about relevancy to learn more about the second CRAP category.